Yo, it's so ghetto that we gotta do it like this, guys. Okay, first of all, we're back with your host Jenny
and Lisette.
We are
Munching with
Laschismosas, and let's start it off, Lisette, because we filmed this literally a couple minutes. Mic was not working. These were not working. I don't know if I have to charge them again, but I literally charged them. And then last week, tell them about last week.
Last week, we went to Bryant Park because Alex recommended me to go to Bryant Park. We got there and they were having the Dominican parade. It looked really fun. But so we had to move further from that to try to get like the sound not to interfere with our mic and everything. And then we finally found a spot. And then when we found the spot, we recorded for an hour just to find out that the audio did not work like at all. And I don't know why. We sound like robots. It cut off at some point. It was so fun. It was bad because it was an hour of footage and it was a good talk too.
It was a good fucking talk.
It was a good
Not
talk.
the talk that we're gonna get on today, but it was a good talk.
It was a good talk. But it just didn't work out. So we were like, damn. And it took hours. We were there for like 2 to 3 hours. Just like trying to find a good spot and getting settled in. And then we get here and it's good. And then the mic is not working.
It's not working.
Because someone didn't charge it.
Sorry. But we literally was munching on. Okay, so what the snack for today was chocolate and lemon chips, which I still have, so I'm still munching. Well, we're gonna still munch on it. And what you had?
I had tostones, but I already finished it.
And some
and this little like Korean juice. I don't know.
Korean juice that I thought was Mexican juice because my mom would always bring them.
Cool Plus. It's called
Cool Plus. It got probiotics. That's what it got. So yes, we gotta do it vlog style. So that's what y'all getting, vlog style. Let's see how this goes. Topic of the day today is
detachment and codependency. So we're gonna be talking about this all over again. We started off with your experience when you realized you were first attached, like really attached.
So the first time I noticed that I had attachment issues, yeah, I would call them attachment issues, was when Randy and I broke up. I think a week or like 2 days. I thought, okay, so he told me let's link up, and I was like, all right. So we hang out at his house, and then I thought we're together still, or we got back together because we were watching a movie. We're just doing cute couple shit, And then next day I don't get nothing from him, or like I think I do, but he's being mean or rude or whatever. And then he just acts different when we go to Cari. So I'm confused. He confuses me or whatever.
That's our church group.
Our church group, yeah, when we would carry the Virgen de Guadalupe. And then I think I wanted to talk to him or reach out to him, so I went to his house, and that was like one of the, like, it was one day from the week, because I remember I skipped school to go to his house and talk to him. Never again. But yeah, I was waiting for him to come out in his doorsteps. Is there a knot in my eyelash? Oh my god, not the Moscow. Alright. So yeah, I was waiting for him. I was spamming his phone. I was like, I need to talk to you. Like, what? Like, I was just trying to get an explanation from him. And I was just there crying in his doorsteps. People would pass by, and what made it more sad was that nobody would ask me. Well, before I would think about it deep, so nobody asked me how I was feeling or whatever. That I was just there crying. And then yeah, I didn't get nothing. He never came out. I had to go home. And that's attachment right there, because for you to go out your way to miss class or stop doing whatever you're doing to get an explanation from your boyfriend, and he's not getting back to you. So yeah, that's when I realized, I was like, yeah, I'm attached.
And you were like this throughout your like the whole relationship with him? Were you like constantly like this?
Well, yeah, because we would hang out a lot. We would hang out not only in the weekend when we saw each other, we would carry, but I would skip school, bro. Like my whole junior year, I would skip to go to his house to hang out, to be with him, to spend time with him. And it was always in his house. It was never like outside. We never went to do things like, cute things. Yeah.
And then
Corollas.
We used to not say his name.
Who?
Corollas. We would just be like K. Like
before, remember? Yeah, when only me and you would talk.
Yeah.
But now, I don't give a fuck.
I just noticed that right now. I'm like, damn.
Well, yeah, Corollas.
That just shows that we, we moved on from all that for good. Like,
yeah.
You don't even care.
Yeah, because remember, I think I told you, I was like, don't mention his name.
Yeah, you were like, with the one we don't speak of.
Yeah. But, yeah, Corol. And then just being attached. Like, I've always been attached because I don't know where I don't know. What do you think it was from? Because, I don't know. I was always with my mom. I would always want to be with my mom. Since then, my dad was never, like, till I was 3, 4. And then he left, So it was always my mom. And I guess that my dad not being there.
Maybe not wanting the person to, like, walk, like, abandon you.
That.
Because there's also that. There's also abandonment, like...
Abandonment issues?
Yeah. There's a whole book about it. Like, they have they have avoidant attachment, abandonment issues, like... And I read it and I gave it... I think I sent you a TikTok about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember exactly, like, how it goes. Mm-hmm. But, like, maybe you wanting to, like, attach yourself so bad to people. Because I don't know if it's... guys or girls or just in general, so I'm gonna say people. You wanted to attach yourself to people is because you don't want them to abandon you. You know what I'm saying?
Continue, yes, because it was like that.
Because that's what it was for me. So that's
friendships, relationships, anyone. Like I would do anything so I could please them, so they would not leave me.
Yeah.
So anything I would agree on doing. So I'm just talking about my dad made me think. There's one time whenever like he would me and boy we would, when he would go to work, we would be on the door waiting for him to come home. And then when he left, I think we would still do it a couple times. And then I don't know what my mom said, like ended up saying, oh, he's never coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that little thought of me and boy, two little kids waiting in the door. For their dad to come back. Okay, and I can't cry because I just got my lashes done. But if I didn't have my lashes, I would cry. So thank you, lashes.
Thank you, lash tag.
Even I've been attached. I've been an attachment person, and that went into my relationship with Corollas. He didn't. He broke up with me. He didn't want to be with me anymore. He said he didn't feel the love anymore. He just didn't. He was just not there. So he then blocked me. He blocked me. He blocked me from everything. Blocked my number. Blocked my socials. I couldn't take it. Like I couldn't believe it. So I would reach out to him. He would get annoyed. He'd like stop reaching out. But he would do this thing where he would reach out through Jessica for me. So that was like, okay, you don't want all this, but you're doing that anyways. That happened. And then that's also I was just like, we would spend every day together. Since we met, we would spend every day together. He would come over all the time. But he was attached to, now that I think about it, because it was always him. saying, let's hang out, let's hang out, let's hang out, let's do this, let's do that. Because I was his first girlfriend, so that was that. But then going through that, when he left me and he just blocked me from his life, made me have to learn about detachment, made me have to detach from him and things. Yeah, but that's my story for now. Yeah, and then later on we'll talk about how to detach yourself, because it's not hard. It's definitely easier said than done. But I do want to say, and I do want to applaud myself, because I don't, I could truly, honestly, peacefully, truthfully say that I'm not attached to nothing at all. At all. But yeah, I'm not, I don't know, I'm not. And I'll get into that. But it takes a lot to get to that point. It's easier, like I said, it's easier said than done, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, you need to be able to detach yourself from a lot of things in life, because I feel like when you detach yourself from things in life, that creates chaos in ways. But yeah, anyways, from my part, that's as of now. From you, when do you realize you were attached to something or someone?
Okay, so well, one thing I do want to say is I'm still working on not attaching myself to things, because I do still do it, but I try not to hold on to things. So I'm good at letting go. I let go of things, but it still bothers me. It will still bother me and it will affect me, but I'm not gonna hold on to it. So if I have an issue with someone, right, I'm okay with walking away and saying this is not for me, and I'm not gonna continue it because it's not good for me. I know either I'm gonna get hurt, that person's gonna get hurt, and it's not worth it. So I will walk away. But and I think I also walk away because I don't want that person to walk away first sometimes. So I'm just I think I do that too. I'm like I know it doesn't matter who it is, we're both gonna walk away somehow, one way or another. So I'm just so I think it's just easier to say goodbye. Will it still affect me, and will I think about it still sometimes? Yes, I'll still think, oh wow, what if this had happened, or what if that had, or what if we had done that differently, or what if I had tried. But I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go back because I know it's not good for us. It doesn't matter, but I still try to work on it, and I've gotten better at it, because I still function normally without the people that that have walked away from my life, or I have walked away from. I still function, I still do what I have to do, and I try not to let it affect my daily life. So that's good, at least. But I first noticed it when I was in high school. I started to notice how bad it had become. So for me, it stems from middle school and my parents. Those are the two things that I can notice right away. Middle school, because I used to get picked on a lot. So I used to get bullied, and I used to be pushed sometimes out of social groups. Well, mostly in elementary, and then I kind of found my little bubble in middle school. But still, I would still crave for other type of attention from other people. And when I didn't receive it, I would feel bad because they didn't want to be my friend or whatever. So I started to definitely want to people please a lot. And two, from my parents, because my parents are very strict, and I did not want to disappoint them or make them unhappy. So I would just do what they said. So if they decided that for something for me, I would just go along with it. So that started to affect me in friendships, because I would want them to stay so bad that I would just go along with what they wanted, just like I would do with my parents. And the reason why I wanted it to stay so bad is because I didn't want to feel alone like I did in middle school. So that's where it starts to connect. So it was like that. I'm not saying that my friends would take advantage of that. They didn't know, but I would do anything they wanted to do and go along with it as long as they were happy. Because if I said no, I thought, oh, they're gonna get upset and they're gonna leave me, and I'm gonna have no friends, and I didn't want to have no friends. So that was my issue. And then it started to become bad because, like, it was already bad, but now it was starting to affect me because I could no longer, like, make decisions for myself because I was so used to people making decisions for me. I was so used to, like, just doing whatever Donnie said, or doing whatever Anthony said, or doing whatever Jenny would say. Like, it was becoming whoever was in my life, I would just go along with what they wanted, and that was my decision. Their decision was my decision. So I started to notice that a lot in my senior year, and I started to get scared because I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? Am I not gonna be able to make my own decisions when I get to college? How am I gonna know? How come I don't know what school I want to go to? How come I don't know what career? How come I can't, like, make simple small choices for myself without my friends? And I started to get scared because that meant that I was very codependent, and I didn't like that. It made me feel bad for myself. So I think my, like, point where I made a decision for myself and it changed my life was when it was finally time to decide for colleges. And I had gotten to the same college as Dania, not with Anthony, but I was closer to Dania at the time. I think I was a little more closer to Dania. So she was gonna stay in the city, and I remember her telling me, oh, we could go to the same college together. We can continue to be best friends. We can continue doing things together. Like, imagine us going to college together.
She told you that?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that would be my wish. How could I not want to go to college with my best friend? Like, how would I not want to do that? That is, we would continue to be together. We would continue to go do stuff together, programs together. But then I started to think about how things would change as we got older. We're not gonna pick the same major. We're not gonna pick the same career. I can't always make the same choices as them. So I was like, things are gonna change when we start getting older. And then if I'm always waiting on, what is she gonna do so then I can do it, then I'm gonna end up choosing a career I don't want. Like, I was scared I was gonna make those choices and then I was gonna feel alone because she was gonna move. I could see her going so far, and it's not that I didn't see myself going far, but I just didn't see myself where I was heading. And that started to scare me because I didn't see what my future looked like. So when it was time to decide, I had the option to decide to go to the same college as her, but I ended up going to Queens College because I knew that I would be forced to make choices by myself, and I would have to force myself to grow without. And yes, it felt so bad because, like, I had the option right in my hand to choose a school and be with my best friend and, like, live the college life with her. But I was like, I need to grow. Like, I was mature, but I can't always make decisions based off other people. And when I went to Queens College, I liked the environment, and I don't know, I just felt like I felt comfortable and I felt seen. So I knew that this is the school that I liked, and I ended up choosing that school. And then that's when, if that's when I felt it, when college started, I could feel it. I was like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Like, I don't have my friends for emotional support. I can't ask Danya for help. I can't ask Anthony for help. I have to do it all on my own. And it was so hard the first, like, few months, yeah. And then little by little, I started to open up. I started to be more social. Because I was comfortable where I was with Danya and Anthony. I didn't need to go look for other friendships. They treated me great. They were just so kind to me, and I was content with that. And not saying that, like, again, I'm not blaming them, but I never tried to make other friendships with people. It wasn't until senior year that I kind of talked to others.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, wow, I wish I had talked more to this person. I wish I had talked more to that person. But it was what it was, right?
Yeah.
And so when I was in college, I was able to be more social. Like, I was talking to everybody. I would make friends with everybody. I was doing other programs by myself. Like, if someone didn't want to do it, like my classmates, it didn't really matter. You know, I would still go do it by myself, and I was so happy. I was like, oh my God. And that's when I started to finally see the things that I liked. And I noticed that a lot of the things that I did in high school, like, matched to what I was going to do, what I wanted to do career-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I started to, like, really bloom more, like, a lot. I was blooming a lot. I was starting to do things on my own. I was just on top of everything, and it felt so good because I was becoming, like, I don't know. I just felt good to be able to see myself make choices that aligned to what I liked, not to what others liked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then quarantine happened, and that kind of messed me up because I was dealing with other things too. Like, I wasn't taking care of my mental health like I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another conversation. And now, but because I was so isolated too, I started to, like, fear being outside. So I kind of lost myself there in being quarantined, so isolated. I kind of lost myself, and then I started going to the gym with you, and it was hard just because I was back into, like, this space with so many people. So I was dealing with other things. Like, again, I was dealing with, like, you know, my body image, my like, my confidence. I wasn't sure if I was doing things right. So that was other things that I was dealing with. So now though, I do feel good. I feel pretty independent, right? Independent of myself. I can get things done by myself. I don't need other people. But I think in certain situations I do like, get emotionally maybe attached. With you, with my friendships, I do pretty good. I think I give people their space. I think I give people I communicate pretty good. I've gotten better at communicating because I used to just walk away from things. I'd just be like, and not even say anything. Now I communicate things before I make the decision whether I should stay or just, like, you know, just move on. It's cool. It's not so deep. So with my friendships, I have definitely grown a lot, and I have become a healthier person. Like, yeah, like, I'm not toxic. I'm not like, oh, you know, why is she talking to that person, or why is she also friends with her, or anything, or I just want to be with her all the time. And we had been talking about that earlier. We were like, oh, because we weren't going to the gym together this week. We were more desapartadas, so separate. And I was like, I missed you a lot because, you know, we have not seen each other for the week. And I don't know, it was just that Friday that I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want, you know, Jenny's company. But I was also not like, oh my God, like, what do I do with myself? I don't know what to do. Now we be chilling, we be doing good. Even when we're at the gym though, we sometimes we don't even talk.
We just do our own thing. Yeah.
We just do our own thing. So sometimes it's good being alone because we get that break. And then sometimes we want to be with each other, but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day we always come together and we're good, and we spend time with, and we do whatever we're gonna do together. But I think where I still, like, need to work on is my relationships when it comes to, like, romantic relationships, because I do, like I said, I do walk away from things. I will walk away from it. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not the way I rogar, you know. I'm just gonna be like, goodbye, you know, because I know it's not good for me, and I know I'm just gonna hurt myself, but mostly myself. I be looking out for myself. But I still, like, I feel it in my heart, and I'll be like, damn, like, yo, what could have been wasn't, you know. What we could have been, we didn't, because, you know, whatever what you're going through. But again, I can't be upset. But I did have a situation where I was talking to this guy, and we were barely talking. You know, it was here and there cuando he was available, because he was kind of busy, you know. And what happened? Oh yeah, I mean, he never said he wanted anything, but as time went by and I would see more of him, I'd be like, damn, he's low-key cute, you know, he's kind of like, he's low-key like adorable. Pero he didn't want anything, so you know, and I was not gonna just come whenever he wanted. So yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. And then I stopped talking to him completely, and I just kind of stepped away from that. When I told people, I remember they were like, one of the guys was like, why did you say that, or why did he, because I unfriended him and I like completely like stepped out from that whole situation, you know. And he was like, why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that, because now he's gonna think that you're like, it really hurt you. And I was like, okay, so, but it doesn't matter, because it doesn't, whatever he thinks, he can think, but I'm not gonna keep myself like, I just feel that if I hold on to things that remind me of him, or just any type of like communication, like he can easily just be like, hey, you know, hi, how are you, then I'm holding on to him. I'm holding on, you know, I'll be there waiting like, oh, maybe he'll text me today, or maybe he'll see my story today, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, maybe he is gonna think that, oh, you know, I really hurt her, haha, or damn, I really hurt her, like I didn't mean to, you know, why did she see so much into it? But it doesn't really matter, because what's important is to take care of myself. If now, it would have been worse if I would have been like, damn, like if I unfollow him, he's really gonna think that he's gonna get away with it, you know. And I feel like that would have been worse. That would have been like, okay,
or if you blocked him,
or if I yeah,
I feel like if you blocked him,
I feel like that would have been too much. You know, I'm okay. Like unfriending, I think unfriending was like, it was like whatever, you know. It's just better to like let go of things. It's like, for example, if you lose you leave a relationship, you know, if you leave a relationship, and I've seen some people, you know, hold on to things that they got from that relationship. Like, for example, let's say
no, you bring it up. I'm like, you're eyeing me, and I'm just like,
oh, okay. Well, this person held on to a piece of jewelry from that relationship, and I feel like when you hold on to things, you're gonna feel like, damn, this reminds this.
For a second, I thought she was talking shit about me, yo. Is it me?
No.
Oh, I'm like,
do you? I don't know. Nah, you're mad funny, because how are you calling yourself out? I don't know what jewelry you got from someone that you still have. That's crazy.
Well, I didn't know I had it until I was cleaning my things, and then I had the necklace of Crowley, what he gave me.
And how would I know? You never told me.
I don't know.
You never told me, so.
Oh, my fault. I don't know.
Okay, but no, but you see how holding something sentimental could like just feel like, if this is different, because you found it recently, right?
Like a long time ago, not right now. Not
okay,
recently.
But like a year maybe, and within the year,
I don't know.
Okay, well, you might have already moved on from that, so it doesn't matter. But if you had something with this person recently, then it is gonna affect you. You're gonna think, wow, like this bracelet reminds me of them, and oh my goodness, I remember all the good times and all the things that this person did.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So the same, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything from this person, but keeping that communication, that line of communication with that person, I feel like it was just gonna affect me, so I just cut it off. And yes, I had another person tell me, but why would you do that? You guys could have still talked. And it was like, no, because I didn't want to talk anymore. That's why. So I didn't want to
entertain it.
Yeah, I didn't want to entertain it, because it's not gonna bring nothing for me. You know, okay, if you're going through something, I understand, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna continue and wait or whatever, because it could never, or it could happen, but it's not up to me, you know. That's just, it is what it is. So like I said, I can walk away from things, but sometimes where I kind of still struggle with is being emotionally attached, because I felt bad for a lot of reasons. I felt bad because it made me feel like maybe, you know, I wasn't good enough, or I didn't like the feeling of being abandoned. I didn't like the feeling, like, I don't know, it hurt my self-esteem, like, oh, you know, maybe it was something about me, about my personality, or about the way I look, you know. So that's what was hurting me. And so yes, I still, and also what could have been, right? Because we always, it's also that part, like, what could have been, you know. But you know, I think what's important is that I was able to walk away from it. And I'm thankful for that I'm able to walk away from things, because I could not stay. If I stayed and like entertained that, I don't even know. I think that would have been so much worse. But that's just my opinion on that, and that's just my opinion on like holding on to things that of the people that were once special in our lives. I just be letting go. I think it's best. But yeah. Okay, so now advice for, because you said you had notes, right?
Yes, I do have notes on how to detach yourself, because I'm just sorry, it's not easy. But
you sent these to me too.
I sent it to you, right?
Yep.
Okay, these are my notes.
No.
Ain't nothing really. Well, this I saw it. Like I already. Well, let me read you a quote first that I saw on TikTok, and that creator did not post it. Somebody else did it, but I guess people steal content out of each other. But in TikTok it said, right now life is teaching me the law of detachment, because there is the laws. Yeah, there is the law of detachment, which y'all should get on to. I'm gonna find out books, and on my Instagram I'll let you guys know the books, or like anything that's helpful of the law of detachment, so it could help you guys. But yeah, right now life is teaching me the law of detachment. Ain't nothing really yours. You gotta be comfortable with not being attached, just enjoying life for what it is and move on when it's time. No forcing, no chasing, and no begging, because nothing is really yours. To be honest with you, nothing is really yours. Like you have it, yeah.
You can't own people. You can't own things.
Yeah, you can't.
It's not fair. It's also is that low-key selfish?
Selfish, yes.
To think
yes.
that something may be like, I guess you don't think of it at the moment. You're not like, wow, she belongs to me or he belongs to me. No.
That's how I was with Crowley's. I thought he was mine and I wanted to keep him, and I was like, no, but why? He gotta leave me. Like, I was so bad. Like, I was so attached. But then when I started to read of the law of detachment, I was like, nothing. He is not mine. And if you really love somebody, if you really love somebody, you gotta let them go. You have to set them free. You have to, because
there's a reason it's not working out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now my notes. The importance of detachment. This is what I have first.
I'm sorry. I see the chip crumbs on my phone.
Oh, sorry. Not from me, or yeah?
No, it's from me.
Okay. In order to live, you must know how to detach yourself from people, situation, when it is time. People don't always stay. Sometimes they're just meant to be in your life, so you can learn from them and your time together. But that's the beauty of detachment. We learn to be okay with those coming in and out of our lives, and we take the lessons they bring us to grow. That's what I said, right? Now, how to accomplish this? Spend a lot of time alone. You need to know how to enjoy your own company without feeling lonely. So go to a restaurant alone, go to eat breakfast alone, go to a cafe alone, go to the park alone, go to the gym alone. Do things alone that you enjoy first.
Okay.
Like, try it out.
So yeah, spend time alone first,
and without feeling lonely, because you could do all these things. You could go to Target alone, go to the park alone, take yourself out alone. But there's some people that still feel lonely. They're like, yeah, they just feel lonely. So you gotta learn how to enjoy and spend your time alone without that feeling of loneliness. Damn, I'm alone, I'm lonely. Okay. Second point, always when being with someone new, know that at any moment they can walk out of your life. And yes, as sad as it sounds, it is true, and it can happen even to the closest people around you. And that is true. People come and go all the time. Not everyone in your life is meant to be with you permanently. You came in this earth alone from your mother's hoo-ha, and you're leaving this earth alone. Like, yeah, that's the simplest I could make it.
That's true. That's true. We were just talking about that when we were walking here.
Literally. Okay. Third point. Know that people come in your life are either a reflection of a repeated cycle or a guide towards a new start. Meaning anybody that comes in your life or you have in your life, they're either coming in your life because they're there to teach you something that you're not getting, some lesson that you're not learning or comprehending.
Like an event that keeps happening, a situation with a person that keeps happening, and you need to learn from it,
right?
So it doesn't repeat again.
Exactly. Or it could be they're guiding you to new opportunities, new beginnings, pushing you to do what's good for you. Okay. Fourth, accepting things for what they are and learning to be okay with it. Yeah, when people come, don't try to change them. Don't try to change the situation. Don't try to manipulate them. Don't try to manipulate the situation. Don't try to change your ways for nobody. You gotta let them show you who they are. Learn to be okay with it. If you want that person, this type of person in your life, if you are okay with that, then so be it. Go for it. If that's not what you want to settle for, then you already know what to do. But you can't change nobody. You can't change nobody. Only thing you gotta do is change yourself. Do things for yourself. Be the person you want. Be the person you want others. Not even others. Like, just be. Like, what are you looking for in others? Just be that person. Be that person. So if you're looking for somebody that is mature and educated and just genuine, be that. Work on yourself. Don't try to put that on somebody or try to tell the person they gotta be like that. No, because they're gonna. At the end of the day, people are gonna show you their true colors. Right?
Yep. Yeah, I'd be like that. I thought you were gonna tell me like you should know best, but I thought that's what you were looking at me. I was like, damn.
No, I was just looking at you like. Last but not least is get busy. It gets your mind off what or who it is you're attached to. That is kind of like do but don't do.
Get busy how? You mean like with people?
No, like get busy in life. Do what comes first, your education, your work. Put in time for yourself.
I think get busy is the
but then it's also like you're trying to like avoid that feeling, that right?
That's what I was gonna say. You could be avoiding, so don't avoid it. Like, you still have to give time to reflect and think about, like, sit down, get busy, go to the park or go to a place that makes you feel safe, right? And sit down and let those emotions, because when you sit with your emotions, you sit down and just think about whatever, like, reflect on what you've been through, reflect on what you're feeling, reflect on all of that. You will feel like it will be a lot. I know that's literally the hardest feeling, sitting down and just reflecting on everything that you have gone through and everything you are going through and all the emotions that you have is like so hard to sit with. And so get busy. Yes, focus, prioritize your education and your job and whatever makes you feel good, right? Self-care. But also give time to really sit down and process your emotions, because if you can't sit down and process your emotions, then you're always going to avoid them and you're not going to grow, because part of growing is facing the emotions and the experiences that you are going through and you have gone through, and how to not allow it to repeat itself in your life. Because if you repeat it, then it's always gonna be like that. You're gonna end up you're just never gonna change, and you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna heal, and whatever the case may be, right? So I think that's what it means also by getting busy.
Yes.
Yeah. Life keeps going, like Jenny says.
Life don't stop for nobody.
Yeah, life don't stop for nobody.
It keeps going. Yeah, it keeps going. So that's literally my advice. The best I could say for now. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Literally, we had to do it like this. We'll try next week.
Every week is like something new, right? Every week.
Every week.
We just
somebody is praying on our downfall. That's all I gotta say.
No,
the evil eye.
Well, I was gonna say that too, but then I was like, it must be for a reason. We're being challenged for a reason.
Okay.
Everything happens for a reason.
Also, should we say here? Oh wait, we've got to discuss about that, but we'll get back to y'all, because it's like we have a different whole idea we want to bring out, but it's just what we're doing right now is so authentic, so us, so different. It's not like it has not been done before. People usually do their podcast like indoors, like they have a whole setup. So we have so many ideas, so many creative ideas. We'll come up with one and let you guys know what do you guys want to see, because it's also, yes, it's our thing, but it's also what do you guys like, what do you want us to bring into this podcast. We want your opinions, because that's important too. But yeah, right, is that all?
I think that's all. That's all for this week.
Short podcast, but we've made some good points. Stay tuned for next week. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.